going to do a tutorial for Musescore 4, but first I'm going to do 2 workarounds. The first workaround is how to insert chords in Musescore 4 when none of the regular commands work, when your system is crashing. Yeah. And the other one is a workaround as per when your playback just drops out in Musescore 4. So 2 workarounds for Musescore 4, back to back, and then a tutorial about the proper way to insert chords in Musescore 4. So I'm going to give you three different ways. That's the regular way to do it, and then this workaround. But I'm doing the workaround first because I know that that's what everyone is really looking for. So the workaround to get a chord symbol to show up. All right, I'm going to delete a chord symbol. First, I'm going to highlight it in blue by hitting the mouse pad. Musescore plays the chord. I'm going to hit delete to delete it. All right, so usually there has to be some information here to get the chord symbol over. It's naked here, okay? And I need my chord symbol over this. So I watched every video. I looked at all the information, nothing. So I just started to troubleshoot for myself. So this is what I did. I highlighted the top of this piano note chord system here. I went to, you can't see for some reason my screen record isn't, I told it to get the whole screen, but it's not working. So there's a drop down menu. It's the 4th one over, add. I went to add. The normal way is to go to text and then to go to the chord symbol, right? But this system kept crashing. So I went through every single one until I landed on this one. And look at this. It lets you do the grayed out chord symbol. And I was like, yes, thank God, because everything was done save like 5 chords, and the thing just kept crashing. It was ridiculous. I thought I was going to have to start from scratch. All right, so I can put in my F sharp, right? So F sharp. It's not the soundest method, okay? It's only when you're in dire straits, when your system keeps crashing. This is the workaround, right? And then look, because it doesn't even line up right, but you can line it up right. I figured out how to do that too. So you hit it, you get it blue by hitting it once with the mouse pad, right? And then you can nudge it up so that it lines up with the rest of the chords in the system. You nudge it up by using the up arrow. Nudge, nudge. I think it's there. Yeah, there it is. What was the workaround again? I'm going to take it out. Whoops. Highlight it in blue by clicking it with the mouse pad. Delete it. Normally there has to be information here to do it the right way. It kept crashing. I highlighted the top system of piano notes over where I prayed. I went to the add drop down, which it's not showing you. I went to text, then I went to system text, and miraculously a gray box showed up, not exactly in the right spot. Put my F sharp in there. All right. And then to nudge it up, I clicked it once with the mouse pad and then nudged it up with the up arrow. Okay. And it freaking worked. And I was like, thank the Lord. But then all the other chord stuff miraculously started to work once I opened up a new piece of music to make the playback start going again. Musescore 4 is really ticky, to say the least. Okay, so yeah, see, it just dropped out again at measure 65. Let's see if it's going to come back in. Wow. Oh, all right, it came back in. Let's just put this back here and see what happens. Yeah, still not playing, back at measure 65. Okay, so I'm going to copy this whole thing. Copy this whole thing to the DSL coda. So to measure 87. So I'm copying measure 65 to measure 87. Right. Okay. Now I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to put it back in and see if that makes the playback work. Yep. Weird. Musescore is a little weird, but that's a workaround if you're having an issue with your playback. Okay, I'm doing a Musescore 4 tutorial as per how to insert chords on your score. In order to insert a chord, you need a little gray box to appear. And I want my little gray box to appear on the top of the top system. All right? An easy way to do this is to click on the rhythm that corresponds with the chord that I'm naming. First, you want to make sure that your select tool is not highlighted in purple. In other words, it's not selected. Because when it highlights in purple, you see all these random notes that Musescore gives you? Musescore is just going to give you a note. If you try to do anything else, it's going to give you a note. And that's not what you want. You want a chord symbol, not a note. So I will deselect that by hitting the mouse pad. I selected it by hitting the mouse pad in the first place. I'm going to go back. See, this rhythm is still in blue, and it lines up with this corresponding system of piano notes. And I'm going to use an Apple command to summon up my gray box to insert my chord. And it is Command K. There it is, in the spot where it's supposed to be, over the piano notes and right over this half note rest. And it's the same chord. It is E sharp. And to get the sharp, we do shift 3, right? E sharp diminished. Okay. I'm going to do that same method again, right? So I'm going to make the gray box go away, and Musescore is going to play the chord probably. Yeah, that I've just inserted. Okay, so I'm going to, once again, blue out, and I made it blue by hitting it with the mouse pad, right? That's how I made this blue. I hit this with the mouse pad, so I just hit this with the mouse pad. I'm going to use my Apple command, Command K, to get my grayed out box. And there's my grayed out chord insertion box. It's the same chord as the neighbor chord, E sharp diminished, right? I'm going to put an E, shift 3 for sharp diminished. All right, let's say I want to go a little faster and I want to put this chord in without using all the Apple command. And I can't use the Apple command because in order to get the chord to show up using the Apple command, there would have to be some information here. Either a rest or a note, like there was here and here. But there's no information over this system of piano notes, right? So how do I get this chord symbol over this without any information here? This is what I do. I toggle backwards with my gray box, right? I never got rid of it. So to toggle backwards to get to this place right here, to skip rhythms, I hit Shift spacebar. Okay, I don't need my chord there. I don't need it there. I don't need it there. I need it right there, right over the system of piano notes, which is what it's identifying. And it's the same chord. It's D sharp, which is shift 3, minor, sharp, which is shift 3, 5. Okay? I'm going to do that method again, right? In order to go backwards in my score, I'm going to jump rhythms by hitting shift and spacebar, which is going to take me to the left. And I want to end up right over the system of piano notes, okay? So I'm going shift, spacebar, 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 spacebar. You can just hold the shift down. Spacebar. And there I am where I need to be. And I'm going to put in C, shift 3 for the sharp symbol, 7, sus, 4. Now, if for some, what happened there? It pushed my, didn't line up right. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Let's delete that. It must have, it didn't line it up quite right. Let's try to do it again. Toggle. All right, that's better. Sorry. C, sharp, 7, sus, 4. In order to delete something, all you have to do is get it to show up in blue once. And in order to get something to show up in blue once, you hit it with the mouse pad. So that's what I did to get that to delete. I hit it with the mouse pad, I hit delete. And then in order to get it back there, I used my toggle backwards method. So I got that to show up in blue once by hitting the mouse pad. I'm going to get the grayed out chord symbol by hitting the mouse pad a second time. There it is. Now I'm going to head over to the right again using Shift Spacebar. I'm not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. Third time's a charm. Okay. C sharp 7 sus 4. Okay. How do I go the other way, you say? How do I jump chords to the right? To hit the spacebar by itself, right? I don't need a chord there. Okay, there's my chord, right? I'm jumping chords by using my spacebar. That's all I'm doing to get this gray box to head to the right, okay? But let's say I want a third way to insert a chord symbol, okay? It's a little more in-depth, but Musescore 4 is really tricky and crashes with this command a lot, so you need to know a lot of alternate ways. So here's the third way to get the chord into the top measure, okay? Once again, I'm going to highlight the information that's directly over the chord that I need to label. So I'm going to highlight this half note rest in blue, and I did that by touching the mouse pad once. Now, unfortunately, my grab screen, even though I told it to pick up the whole screen, it's only picking up not the whole screen. I'm getting fried, guys, sorry. So you don't see the first drop-down menu that I'm accessing. It is Add. Okay, so up here it's File, Edit, View, Add. It's the fourth one over. So I'm clicking Add, then I'm clicking the text command, and then I am scrolling all the way down to chord symbol. And see, gave us our grayed out box again to in order to insert E sharp diminished, which is the same chord as the neighboring chord. And when I toggle over to the right again, Musescore is going to play the chord. I'm going to toggle over to the right using the spacebar, and Musescore is going to play the chord. Yep. Okay. So, what are the 3 ways to review? I'll take this out, put this back in. Okay, I'm going to, it's already highlighted. Let's take it off. I'm going to highlight the information that the chord needs to go directly over. The chord is identifying this cluster of piano notes here, which is a B. And it's got to sit, if I'm going to use this Apple command, it's got to sit directly over something right that lines up with the system of notes. I make it blue by hitting the mouse pad once, and then the Apple command is Command K, and I put in that B. Okay? If I wanted to use the menu bar for some reason and go through all those extra steps, I can't. I can't use the menu bar because there's nothing over here, right? And I can't use the Apple command either because there's nothing over here. I have to use that other method. So I'm going to highlight the chord before it. I hit it once with the mouse pad, that makes it blue. I hit it twice, that gives me my grayed out chord box. Now in order to get to this space right over this information, because there's nothing here, I'm going to toggle right. How do we do that? By using the space bar. And I'm not there yet. See, it's over this. We want it right over here. Now. Okay, now we're there. And we're going to insert our B chord, right? So we just did the Apple command again, then we did the toggle method again because there was nothing here to tell the chord to sit over to identify this cluster of notes. Now we're going to do the third way again. Let's just find something that, yeah, okay, so there's a note here, so I can do it the third way. So I'll take this out. So I highlighted it by hitting the mouse pad. I'm going to delete it by pressing delete. Okay. Now the other way to get the chord symbol to show up, see this note is still highlighted in blue. So that's all the information that Musescore needs to know. This is going to sit right above what's highlighted in blue. I'm going to go to my drop-down menu that you guys are not seeing. Sorry, it's Add. Then I'm going to arrow down to Text, and I'm going to arrow down to Chord Symbol. There is my little gray box, and I'm going to insert F sharp. Whoops, it's got to be capital F sharp. And I think I might have made a mistake right here. Yes, I did. So how am I going to get to this? How am I going to fix this? Anybody remember? You remember. I'm going to hit it once. It's going to blue it out. Then I'm going to hit it twice. I hit it twice with my space, but not a quick click. I hit once and then twice with my mouse pad. And I'm going to put the cursor right next to what I've inserted wrong. I made it a D niner, a D sharp niner, sharp 5. Haha, it's supposed to be a D sharp minor sharp. There's no such thing as a D nine. There's no crying in baseball. All right. I'm dying. Okay, so there goes the N, and we make it an M, and that's the proverbial that. So I'm going to get the chord box to go away by clicking anywhere on the white. and it plays the chord. Yeah. And that is how you insert chord symbols in Musescore 4.